Hi, I'm Karen Thrall. Welcome to the Don't Lose podcast. Every week, I'm going to be recording this in a different location. In this episode, I'm sitting on a park bench in Blaine, Washington. Don't Lose is about everyday stories and the lessons we find in them. Let's get started. This episode is called Don't Lose Your Willpower. When I was doing all my research, there are so many layers to willpower, so I thought I'm just going to stick to three things that I have learned, and I want to share those with you based on a story that I experienced. And before we begin, I want to set up a definition so we're all on the same page. Willpower, the definition, is to have a strong determination that allows you to do something difficult. Now, there's a difference between willpower and motivation. Motivation isn't necessarily difficult. Willpower is, okay? That's where we're going to put the base. My question to you is, what is hard right now for you? Is it finances? Is it your job? Are you looking at your career going, how did I get here? This is not what I signed up for. Is it health? Is it a difficult relationship in the workplace or personally? All of us, no matter how great life is, all of us have something difficult where we need willpower. It's not easy to find willpower when life is hard or when a topic in your life is hard. There's a story that took place in Rishikesh, India. I was visiting my daughter, and she said, "Do you want to meet Tulu?" And we were scooting around all day, and I was really excited to meet this little monkey named Tulu. So the backstory is, when I met her, she was 3 months old. When my daughter met her, she was 2 months old. And she had just been rescued because they found her abandoned to die. She was going to die. She was frail, she was weak, she was alone. Not only that, she had lost 3 of her limbs, and all she had was 1 arm left. And when we showed up, the first thing Madison said was, "Look how strong she is. Look how strong she is." In the moment, right now, with her willpower activated, she was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I need to give you a little bit of information that I learned. Maybe you already know it. Females in troops for monkeys, they are born in that troop and they remain in the troop. While I was there, I saw countless monkeys, a dozen at a time, 20, 30, 50. I saw moms with babies hanging on their underbellies every single day, groups of moms. It was the most beautiful thing. All this was happening before I met Tulu. The reason I want you to know that is because when I met Tulu, the reality that she will never be part of a troop. She will never, ever again cling to her mother's underbelly. She will never be a mom. She will never live in the jungle, and she will never be part of her family. She will never swing tree to tree. That life's done. One of the things that diminishes our willpower is the past. What I was, not who I am today. And when we look at who we were, we're minimizing the willpower. When you want to find your willpower, it starts by accepting who you are today. Your life today, all of it. This is my reality. This is my life. And from there, you will start to regain your willpower. So Tulu will never experience what was. She only has now. And what I watched in her was a monkey learning how to be a monkey without any other monkeys. She was innately, naturally a monkey. And this hardship she went through did not take away who she is. A lot of times in hardships, we lose a bit of ourselves. She didn't. She explored more of who she was becoming. She allowed the monkey in her to become even more part of who she is, not less. Her hardship invited more of who she is. For example, she learned how to have 2 limbs to walk around the floor. So she's skirting around the floor with one hand and her bum. And she'd go hand, bum, because she knew she needed 2 limbs to maneuver that. And she figured it out. She figured out how to climb a curtain, how to climb. Hand, teeth, hand, teeth, hand, teeth, hand, teeth, until she got to the ledge so she could look out the window. She figured that out by herself. Her adopted dad would hold his finger out, and she'd grip it with her tiny little hands. This little Tulu is just a tiny little thing. She'd grip it with her little hand, and he would swing her as if she was on a vine, back and forth. And I'd watch her body, and her body instinctively started acting like a monkey's body. Free and flow and carefree. She loved it. She loved the sensation that she instinctively knew was in her. It didn't look like what it was, but it was still there. She instinctively wanted to sit behind my daughter's head and look in her hair for bugs, dirt, food. All of that was her true self, even through the hardship. Her willpower gave her the ability to find herself. Number 1, don't look in the past if you want to have willpower. You look in your moment right now, and you will find your willpower to get through this difficult thing. 2, remember who you are. We experience loss all the time. We know what it is to grieve something we don't have. Willpower helps us find ourselves again. And for us to increase our willpower, we stay in the moment, in the now. That is what gets our willpower stronger. A lot of times, especially as an executive coach, I pull stories from my past. Those stories become life lessons. And I'm up there in my age now that I have a lot of stories. But when I share stories and hardships where it required me to have willpower, I'm telling you that story after it's done. So I have already experienced the strength from that story. Okay. That's not what I want to do in this podcast. In this podcast, I want to tell you a hardship I'm going through now, while I'm in it, where willpower scares me. And my hardship to you might be not a big deal. You'll be like, that's your hardship? But it is. It's a very big deal to me. It's hard for me. This podcast is my hardship. This podcast is provoking me to do something difficult. This year has been an incredible year of teaching me what it means to be seen. I have someone in marketing that works with me every 4 to 6 weeks. And throughout the entire year, she has said, why don't you let people know who you are? All you do is show your professional persona. Why don't you just share a bit about yourself? Petrified, terrified, don't want to do it. While I was in Japan, I wrote down this phrase, don't lose yourself. And I was like, And while I was there, I had this imagery of a bird cage, and I'm in this bird cage and the door is wide open and I can get out anytime. But it's familiar and it's comfortable. In the corporate world, it's easy to get lost to lose yourself and to get lost in the professional persona. And it's subtle. It just subtly happens to you bit by bit for me. And then one day you wake up and go, how did I get here? That's this year for me. I remember being at this big mega corporation meeting with two colleagues that worked there. And we were in their cafeteria for coffee. It was so perfect. It was so superficial. We said all the right things. And I left feeling really sad because I felt fake. And somehow I've been creating this belief system in me that my value is in my professional persona. And I have been blocking off myself, thinking that it might disqualify me. Can you imagine that? It's terrible. This podcast is my willpower, the strong determination to do something very difficult, and that is to allow myself to be seen. So that's my hardship, one of them. I have a few right now. That's one of them. And it is hard, but my willpower, I'm determined to do this difficult thing that I'm doing. What is yours? What is difficult for you? What is hard for you? The last thing that Tulu taught me was a secret. And it was something that I never considered before until I met her. Throughout our whole time we were there, she did something over and over and over again. She would climb up her adopted dad's arm and rest in his arm, and he would move his arm to his chest, and she would fall asleep, she would cuddle, she would be. And then she'd climb back down again. And it dawned on me that the secret of willpower is that you are never in isolation, ever. Be loved in the hardship as you are right now, so that you will have a strong determination that will allow you to do that difficult thing. Thank you so much for listening today. I'll see you next week with another story and another little bit of inspiration. Please follow me on Instagram and YouTube. My tag is Karen Thrall Inc., and you can find me on any of your favorite podcast channels. See you next week.